New Jersey lawmaker and a member of his staff are being recognized on the national stage for their work supporting early childhood literacy and pediatric care. State Senator Patrick Diegnan Jr. and his chief of staff, Greg Tufaro, have been named the 2025 Reach Out and Read National Honor Roll recipients. They're awarded with this, recognized as leaders who champion early literacy, among other things. And Kim Byam is the executive director of Reach Out and Read New Jersey and Delaware. She's here to talk about it with us. Good morning to you, Kim.
Good morning, Ken. Thanks for having me.
I botched that. Good to have you with us. So I know you'll help me by clarifying what I just botched. So talk about the organization, how it was founded, and how special this award is, please.
Sure, and you didn't botch it. Reach Out and Read is an early literacy program that takes place in the doctor's offices at regular checkups. So doctors are talking to parents about the importance of bringing books into their lives every single day and reading to their children. And they're also giving a brand new book at that well child visit for that child and family to take home and keep. So in New Jersey, we are in 105 health clinics serving about 80,000 children from birth through age 5. So that many families are, every time they're going to their checkups, are talking to doctors about the importance of sharing books. And they're getting a beautiful book like this one. This one happens to be Spanish and English. That's what we use a lot in New Jersey for the little ones to take home. So Senator Diegnan and his chief of staff, Greg Tufaro, have been wonderful, wonderful advocates and champions for families in New Jersey, and we're just thrilled that they were named to this national honor roll.
So the kids not only lose some of their fear for going to the doctor because they know they're going to get rewarded, right, with something like this, but this also helps boost early reading skills. And I guess it gives the doctor a heads up if the child is not able to read, maybe, and maybe it opens a dialogue with the parent.
It exactly opens a dialogue with a parent. It starts at those very first visits at birth when doctors are walking in with a book like, look what I have for you. It's an icebreaker. And they're talking to parents about how important it is for that little brain that by the time that child is 3 years old, 80% of that brain is developed. So it's a great window to absorb as much language as possible. So doctors and nurses are telling parents and caregivers, this baby, this little kid needs to hear your voice as much as possible. It is their favorite sound. And just looking at pictures in a book and reading together and pointing at things means books equal love. And when a child then is ready for kindergarten, books have been a part of their life and they love it. And our doctors love it too.
And I know that there's lots of evidence that shows that kids who have, say, universal pre-K in certain cities, that those kids, because they learn their reading skills by 3, as opposed to 4 or 5, when, as you mentioned, 80% of that brain is developed and ready to go, right? With reading skills ready. You want to get that brain trained to read at 3 and 4, not at 5 or 6. By that point, of course, it's never too late to learn. But by that point, it is way more difficult to start reading. And we find that students who start reading at 5 or 6 as opposed to 3 or 4 have a much more difficult time in school. So this is so important to have this dialogue and get it started in the doctor's office. So let's talk about Senator Diegnan and Greg Tufaro as chief of staff and how they got named. How are they selected to the 2025 National Honor Roll?
Well, they have been wonderful advocates for families and children in New Jersey for so long. And early literacy has just been a big part of that push. And Senator Diegnan came to one of our health clinics in his district and saw for himself what was happening there and listened to the doctors and what they were doing every day. And he really just helped us with this advocacy work we're doing and helped us secure state funding to be able to expand our program to more clinics, more families, and get more access to books to kids. We do learn that many of the children in these clinics, the vast majority are using Medicaid. These are often the only books in their home, and parents might need that reminder to bring books into daily routines. So it's really not about learning to read at that young age, But bringing books and sharing books as part of a daily healthy routine that brings families together, helps with stress, and allows for family engagement and connection, and is a really simple way for a parent to spend a few minutes every day with their child in a really special and impactful way.
Yeah, it is so essential to do this, and again, to make the child feel so special. We love that you're doing this. And is this something, by the way, that's happening nationwide, or is this just a New Jersey thing?
This is in every single state in the country. We are serving 4.8 million children from birth through age 5 in every single state. Here in New Jersey, we're serving about 80,000 families, and we continue to grow throughout the country and in New
I
Jersey.
love it. I love it. What is a website? We have about 30 seconds left. What's a website for more info?
Reach out and read, all one word, .org.
Thank you for what you do. Executive Director of Reach Out and Read New Jersey and Delaware, Kim Byam. You're awesome. Thanks for coming on this morning. Have a great day.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.